Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In today's lesson, we will discuss about different forms of energy. As you can see on the screen, I will mainly focus on heat energy, light energy, chemical energy, electrical energy, nuclear energy, and sound energy. This is a theory portion. So let's get started. Now let us discuss about heat energy. As you can see on the screen, what is heat energy? The heat energy released on burning coal, oil, wood or gas is heat energy. Okay, so whenever we burn anything, the energy which is released is called heat energy. The steam obtained on heating water possesses heat energy and it has the capacity to do work. So we know one thing, that heat energy has the capacity to do work. In a steam engine, this is an example. In a steam engine, heat energy of steam is used to obtain work. In mechanical form, they are talking about the kinetic energy of the engine. When engine moves with the help of steam, and since it is moving, it has kinetic energy. Okay, now we receive heat energy on earth directly from sun. Now let us proceed to discuss about light energy. So what is light energy? It is the form of energy in presence of which other objects are seen. Now this is the definition of light energy which we are studying from lower class. Right? It is simply the form of energy in presence of which we can see other objects. The natural source of light energy is sun. The moon reflects the sunlight at night. Many sources such as fire, burning candle also give light energy along with the heat energy. Now next form of energy is chemical energy. The energy possessed by the fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum and natural gas is called chemical energy. So this is the definition. Okay, these fuels contain chemical energy stored in them. When fuels are burnt, chemical energy changes into heat and light energy. So see over here, they are speaking about the transformation of energy also. Whenever we burn fuel, what happens? The fuel has got chemical energy in itself. When we are burning it, the chemical energy is changing to heat and light energy. The food that we eat also has chemical energy in it. Plants convert solar energy into chemical energy of food during the process of photosynthesis. This is just an example, okay, where plants are using solar energy to make their own food, and when they are making their food, that food contains energy in the form of chemical energy. A battery has chemical energy stored in it and it provides electrical energy when in use. Okay, by a chemical reaction which takes place inside it. They are speaking about a battery. A battery has got chemical energy stored in it because it has acids and other chemicals. So definitely it will have chemical energy. And whenever that battery is put to use, we are actually obtaining electrical energy from it. So here also there is energy conversion from chemical energy to electrical energy. Now let us discuss about electrical energy. So when two bodies are rubbed together, they get charged due to movement of free electrons from one body to another body. So they possess electrical energy. See what happens whenever we rub two bodies, some amount of heat energy is produced due to friction. Okay, and by taking this heat energy, electrons escape from one body. Okay, the body which has more tendency to lose electron, that body will lose electron and another body will gain that electron. An electric cell is a source of electrical energy due to movement of ions from one electrode to other electrode within the cell as a result of chemical reaction. Now let us proceed to discuss about nuclear energy. Energy released due to loss in mass during the process of nuclear fission and fusion is called nuclear energy. In both this process, the loss in mass gets converted into energy in accordance with Einstein's mass energy relation E equals to mc square. This energy is used in nuclear reactors for the constructive purpose to produce electrical energy and is used in atom bomb for the destructive purpose to produce heat and other forms of energy so as to destroy the enemy in war. Now let me try to explain you nuclear energy with the help of this fission reaction. Fission reaction. You will learn more about this when you will study about radioactivity. Over here I am giving you just a brief idea. So what happens here basically, say this is the nucleus of uranium atom. Okay, we are going to bombard it with slow neutron. Slow neutron is going to hit the uranium nucleus. It will give two product nucleus. Say one is krypton and another is barium. These two are the daughter product. Now when you add up the mass of krypton and barium, I am writing here, mass of krypton and barium, you will see that it is less than the mass of uranium atom. Okay, sorry, uranium nucleus. The mass of krypton and barium nucleus is less than the mass of uranium nucleus. So there is difference of mass which we can denote as delta M. Delta M is the difference in mass. Now this difference in mass is converted to energy according to the relation E equals to mc square. Means if you simply multiply this with c square, you will get the energy equivalent. Okay, so this much amount of energy is released during the nuclear fission reaction. Okay, and where this process takes place, it takes place in nuclear reactors for constructive purpose, and if it is used for destructive purpose, then it is used in atom bomb, or more specifically nuclear bomb. Now let us study about sound energy. A vibrating body possesses the sound energy. Actually any vibrating body is a source of sound energy. It is sensed by our ears. When the disturbance produced by a vibrating body in the atmospheric air layers reaches our ears and produce vibrations in the ear membrane, sound is heard. So basically here what is happening, whenever we have any body which vibrates, it produces sound energy. For example, say you have a wire which is tied between two fixed support. Okay, so this is your support 1 and this is your support 2 and this is the wire. If you plug it here, it will start to vibrate, and if there is vibration you can hear sound. Okay, any sort of vibration will produce sound, and sound travels in the form of longitudinal waves and it reaches our ears. Once it reaches our ears, it produces vibration in our ear membrane and then we can sense sound. We will study more about it when we will study about sound.